Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host, Rhett. I got a video today from AbaNPreach.
I, 27 female, screamed at my husband, 28 male, over his hobbies, and now he's changed, and I don't know how to fix this.
Oh, man.
Hey, everyone. I need some advice about a situation with my husband. We've been married for 4 years. He has a room where he keeps all his hobbies: sim racing, aviation setup, soccer analysis tool.
Sim racing? Aviation setup? My man loves his freaking hobbies.
Lego sets, music production equipment. Basically, it's his sanctuary. He's super analytical and loves writing down and dissecting things, from sports to politics. He's slightly on the spectrum and very introverted, so he doesn't have close friends. I'm really the only person he shares everything with. He's always inviting me into his space to be part of his interests. I love him and appreciate that he wants to include me, but sometimes I just need some time for myself. Recently, I snapped. I yelled at him, saying some hurtful things that I didn't mean, like how his interests bore me, that he needs to get a social life, and even questioned why I married him.
Okay.
The man's at home playing with his hobbies. You want him a social life so he can go around screwing other women or seeing other women, or the chances of him cheating? I was like, this is like the stupid mentality that women have.
Okay. It sounds like you hate your husband.
I regret every word, but my anger got the best of me, and I couldn't control it in that moment. Since then, he's completely changed. He stopped spending time in his room, moved to sleeping on a couch, and barely talks to me. He even ignored our usual tradition of watching our home nation soccer team play, something he'd never skipped before. Instead, he was working on his laptop, breaking our no work at home rule. When I asked him about it, he said he didn't
Our no work at home rule? Or it's most likely your work at home rule.
care about the game, and mentioned that maybe he should be more like his father, who's a workaholic and whom my husband idolizes. He even added, I don't blame him for divorcing at the age now, and I've apologized multiple times, but he just said,
The man understood. The man truly understood. He did the best he could with how he is, and he still couldn't get what he truly wanted. A wife that loves him and supports him.
it's okay, maybe you're right, and shuts down any attempts I make to talk about his interests. I'm terrified he's considering divorce. I know I messed up, but I don't know how to rebuild trust and help him feel valued and loved again. I don't want to lose him, but I'm unsure how to approach this and make amends. Any advice?
Like, to make him feel valued and loved again, maybe actually value him and love him.
You definitely have to go to therapy, learn how to communicate better. Couples therapy could help as well if he's willing to. But yeah, it seems like you're just dumping on your husband for who he is as a person.
His home and that room and her was his safe space. And the fact that like he got yelled at for it, to me, that's betrayal. It's just like, wow, you can't accept me for who I am. And that's a huge deal breaker.
As a resident married person, what are your thoughts?
You fucked up. And here's where you fucked up. You lashed out at him. You dissed his hobbies. You dissed the relationship that you have. You said some mean and hurtful things. That's resentment. And from what I understand, if you choose to not speak about your expectations, that becomes resentment that you chose. Correct. You have resentment for that person, or for the toys, or for the whatever. It doesn't even matter if that guy's on the spectrum or an introvert.
It's just like most women just can't seem to still love their man when their man is not constantly pursuing something, constantly trying to find a purpose. Like, some men find their purpose and they're happy and content with what they do and how they live their life, which is perfectly fine, right? But women just can't seem to accept that.
Your home is your safe space. It's where you're supposed to be the most at peace. Supposed to be. So he built this thing where he invites you in his realm and everything and stuff. So what does that mean? That means that as a man, he opens up. Things that most of the time you might be clowned about. Because he's nerdy. Because he's a geeky and autistic.
Yeah, he's not wrong, right? The man probably was clowned, or probably always had, comments about all of his hobbies and just how he is. Now to have his own wife tell him the same things.
And he opens up and he lets you in the world that he's in. And what you decide to do with that, you decide to spit in it, crush it to the ground, and step on it. That's what you did. I don't have the tools to save your marriage, but I can tell you what you did for you to better understand what you did and how crazy that is. When someone does that to you with your hobbies, with what you believe, what you thought was true, that person cannot trust you no more. And now you want him to open up? oh, how can I make it better? Let me tell you something, my girl. There's some kinds of disrespect that shuts door that will never be open again.
True.
How can I fix it? I don't know if you can. Because the amount of time and the amount of trust it took him to open up to you, and you turn around and you did that, I don't know how you're going to be able to fix that. You could say, hey, you need therapy, you need couples therapy. That's if he wants.
Okay, let me ask a question. If you're married to somebody, and let's say we're in the hypothetical that this
Is it me, or is like today they look like gay biker boys or something? I'm not trying to say anything. I'm just like clowning on them right now because what they're dressed right now, they kind of look like gay biker boys or something.
not a consistent habit of theirs to her to shit on his hobbies like crazy or whatever it is, and this is the first time, wouldn't the expectation be that he kind of should be trying to fix things with her if she's trying as well? Like, isn't this the kind of thing we would expect married people to work through?
So if that person cheat on you first one time, are you going to try to work on that?
Well, I
Or are
think
you going to try to work on betrayal?
well, it depends, right? If you're asking me cheating or her saying I don't like your hobbies, I think they're fucking lame, get a social life, I think there's a different threshold, correct? Right? There's certain things that we'd expect you to work back from and certain things you wouldn't.
No. According to you, betrayal is betrayal. Whether
that's not what
she sucked or had a lap dance, fuck that shit.
Yes, doing something sexual with somebody else, to me, whatever it is, whether you're sucking their fingers and then licking their face or them, to me, I don't feel there's a difference. But that has nothing. No. You're conflating things.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. When I talk about sexual stuff that has nothing to do with someone and the things they might say to you, it's a different category.
It's the same. It's actually very similar.
Okay, so peep game. To that person, that might be their betrayal.
I'm saying,
Correct.
Isn't this part of the threshold that most of us would look at a married couple and say, that's something you should work back from? That sometimes in the heat of the moment, people will say hurtful things to each other, especially over the course of a long marriage.
As much as Abba's trying to play like this devil advocate about it, the woman has been resentful for this whole time for his lifestyle. That means she's never enjoyed it. She's never cared for it. That's a betrayal.
And that can vary to degrees, right? And people might have lower thresholds than others. I'm just asking the question, is this, in your opinion, past the threshold of people saying, yeah, we shouldn't work back from this?
Yeah, because the resentment blew up. Like, if she kind of went about it not the way she did, well, it's salvageable. But the way she did it is true resentment coming out.
I don't consider this a normal person. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, we should, on our side, we're like, yeah, get over it. You should work on that. You know what I mean? You should work on that. That's like, come on now, B. I understand that. You guys should be able to work through and get over it. That's what I mean by that.
Sure.
But, yo, from what I understand with people that are introvert, like, it takes them a lot to share.
Sure.
So it's not just as, like, a normal hobby, I shit on your mangas and you're like, whatever.
But that
It's
goes, but that goes both ways, doesn't it? Like, if someone spent this much time that you decided to marry them, that you felt safe with them this long, that means that they must have made you feel safe for quite some time period, right?
And now they don't.
Right.
Yeah, it feels a betrayal because like they feel like they were pretending this whole time. That's what I think you're kind of. I think Abba's. I mean, he's just playing devil advocate about it, but I think that's where I'm headed. Like, you pretended and you faked it this whole time, and now you're showing me your true feelings about me, my hobby, and our whole relationship.
The whole point is, like, you can't just look at that history and say it doesn't exist. I can also understand that you can say, well, it's so hard to even get here, but don't forget, like, you haven't really gotten here with that many people. And this person, for a long time, was your support beacon. We, as people who are reading this story, are reading it with none of the history that they have. On n'a pas l'historique.
Yeah, but I'm going with the clues that I got. So whenever...
Yeah, I agree. Sometimes history doesn't matter when the disrespect happens.
you say, oh, we had the rules about no work at home and everything and stuff, I feel like that person, maybe that person is petty. Maybe that person is has a hard time forgiving people, whatever, whatnot. But the way that person is reacting, that was a huge fuck you and forget you and forget everything about you. Let me just shit on everything. So on this side, the response to some people is like, oh, F me?
Right.
Cool. F you too.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
you're not going to make any effort? I'm not going to make any effort either.
Yeah, it's actually not only just you also said fuck myself.
Yeah.
Because he said, why don't I just be like my workaholic dad? You know what I mean? And just...
Well, see, that's the thing, Abba. that's what's pushed on us in society. He thought he was able to get away from that, be able to get away from how men are treated and how men are put in this box. And it ends up just women just want us to be in the box. I think that is the ultimate betrayal for him. Like, as I see it myself, right? Like, the man, I see it as a big betrayal. I can't even stress it enough that, at least in my opinion.
Just do this shit because apparently you don't like who I am, so I'm gonna stop being me, right? Right?
But the thing that happened as well is that
Oh no, this is not the thing that you don't like me. I thought who I am was good enough to have a wife, to have a family, to have the things I thought I could get. But apparently, who I am to her probably doesn't deserve her.
before he was questioning their marriage, she questioned theirs.
Because she made that comment. Why did I even marry you?
And even questioned why I married him.
Okay.
And that's what I mean. Pure resentment that's built up that says, I probably married you because you provide me resources. You were the beta provider. I don't like how you are, but you always taking care of me. And now I'm trying to change you because I'm tired of what you are.
Yeah, that's a wild comment. Facts.
If I gotta keep on loving you, don't be mad because I changed, because I gotta change.
There was so much crazy shit in there. That one slipped my mind until you brought it back.
No, but that's crazy.
Right? Like, yeah, but come on, man. Like, how did that slip your mind, bro? She literally said she... Oh, my God.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know why you don't. That's a shutdown. Wrap it up, bro.
That's hurtful.
I don't know why I even married. Woo!
Breeze past that one, but put this in the beginning.
Wrap it up.
And put me saying that in the end. Put that in the beginning.
Wrap it up. I don't even.
Yeah,
You get to me. It's crazy to be like, I don't even know why I married you, and I don't know how to fix it. Woo! I'm gonna tell you how you fix that. Go find out what it is that you wanted to marry me, and then figure it out, and then tell me.
I put myself there. I'm sitting across somebody. We've been struggling together for 7 years because I'm assuming they've been dating for 3 minimum. That's average before that.
I get the ABBA side of things, the resources, the time, and the effort to connect with someone. Like, do you really want to just throw this connection away? Sometimes the connection isn't worth it.
People get married. 7 years, right? 4-year marriage. And soon you say some shit like that to me. And I gotta sit back, I'm like, bitch, with all the shit we done sacrificed, all the changing, combining our lives, conversations, job changes, whatever the fuck it is, and you gonna say some shit like you don't know why?
I'm
gonna be actually honest. Let me bring that shit back. Out of everything that was said,
That was the worst.
That was the worst.
100%.
Now that I think about
Agreed.
it,
No, I'm hot.
this is why.
It's funny how ABBA like totally flipped the script after he realized what she said, right? Because I've always said it. You can apologize all you want sometimes. Doesn't mean that the person has to accept your apology.
This is why I'm hot. I'm hot because you ain't because you ain't. Okay, but no, that was definitely.
So that's the reason why he went. That's the reason why he went. No, but you know, my dad. I understand why he divorced.
Ooh, yeah.
I understand why he divorced.
You know what, Preach? You brought me to your side.
I don't even know why you're on the other side, brother. Like Preach was definitely on the correct side this whole time, and you were just trying to play devil's advocate because I hate to say it, you're like a little blue pilled on that end, but come on, bro. Like, that was the reason why he even brought up his own father, right? Like, because his father was like that, and his father still lived the same life that he lives. Divorced and miserable now.
Brought me to your side. I'm gonna say that. Nah, you brought me to your side. I'm gonna admit it. You know, I was definitely, but that comment is definitely like a.
If you want to fix it, go figure out why you married me, and then we could talk about that. Because then saying, I don't know how to fix it, my girl,
Okay.
I don't know how to fix that.
I want you to think, even forget a marriage. Like, you and I work together, and if I said something like, nigga, I don't even know why I do this fucking channel with. Oof. To me, that is deep. That's
Again, I don't even know. I absorbed that immediately when I watched the video, and Abba's just like, kind of like glazed over it. Dude, that was such a huge statement.
Level of
After
invalidation.
all the shit we done been through.
Yeah, you didn't just
After
invalidate
the
my
ups,
hobbies and like you
everything.
validated.
The ups, the down, the feuds, the hating, the coming back, the riots, the escaping riots. Oh, that's not. Oh, those are fighting words. Those are fighting words.
You know what I will say? In all the years that you and I have worked together, we have never said anything even remotely.
I cannot,
crazy.
bro. I can't. No. Let's have
One
difference.
time you called me a bitch though. That was crazy.
You call me.
no.
You call me gay all the fucking time.
And I said I'm gay too.
Yeah.
Or the efforts that I did being an introvert
To do like yours, watch the national soccer games.
for me to be an introvert, he sacrificed as well in this relationship that you have to understand that so all of this thing, the efforts that I did to have this thing with you,
Yep.
you don't even really, there might be like an epiphany with that at that time, like you don't even really care about what I do.
No, it was his red pill moment. I think this is the red pill moment for that gentleman, that he's just a beta provider that she's never cared. She's only wants what she wants from him. That's what she wants.
Dude,
Yeah.
why would I spend some time with you? You don't even care. So fuck you, fuck me, right?
You know, I can definitely relate because, you know, between the two of us, I have the super nerd hobbies. I do the whole Dungeons and Dragons stuff. I hold the fantasy writing stuff. So I get it. Like, I have, you know, super uncool hobbies in a lot of ways. And, you know, I've definitely had people who come into my life and wanted to learn about some of the stuff that I'm into, be it like the, you know, super nerdy strategy games I'm into. And just like, there's no real earnest interest oftentimes. And I think one thing I've learned over time is that the odds of you finding a partner who's going to take a real genuine interest is very, very rare. But I think it's very reasonable to expect someone who will be respectful.
Correct.
Okay? The same way when I have a partner and they like to watch dumb reality TV shows, I never say nothing. I never shit on it. I never say a bad word, because the same way I can't get this whole world and watching Love Island every week, they can't get my shit. And it's cool. I think it's the bare minimum to say you're going to be respectful and not constantly shit on what the other person loves. Because by extension, you're shitting on them. And it means a lot to them. It keeps them company. It makes them feel good about everyday life. And you shitting on that, it's like shitting on a big part of them. One thing she said at the beginning that I do think is a problem on his side is, and this is the thing that men often do, men put everything on their partners, right? Because what did she say at the beginning?
He's slightly on the spectrum and very introverted, so he doesn't have close friends. I'm really the only person he shares everything with.
Okay, see that last line? I'm really the person he shares everything with. This has been my experience. When you have these hobbies that you're so passionate about, you invest in them, you spend time with them. But also, when you meet somebody who shows interest, sometimes you get overly excited in trying to share with them because you want to transfer to them part of what that is. I just say this because I've had girls try to do this with me in reality TV, and I'm just staring at them like I'm trying so hard to keep it together right now. But thankfully, I tell her, go talk to your girlfriends, because I can only handle so much of this. I hate this shit.
Yeah.
But I'm being respectful. So I don't say that. But I'm glad when they talk to their girlfriend. But if it's always on that person, that to me is oftentimes a recipe for disaster.
Sure. When you know that a person is not into your stuff, what's that stuff? Don't worry about it. That's just my shit. What is it? Don't worry about it. Oh, but what is it? You're not gonna be interested. Mm-hmm. So don't even worry about it. No, I really want to know. And then you start to get into it, and then you start to show. And then they're like, that stupid shit anyway. I knew it! I knew it! Scooby-Doo! I knew it!
I share up to a point and then I stop. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, if you want more, you come for it.
Yeah, but that's
but you should know by now whether you want to do this or not. But don't waste my time. I think online people often just say stuff like break up, but I honestly just think people mostly do that because they have none of the context and the
No, I think what she said is those grounds for a breakup.
shared history. It's very easy to say, just divorce the person
When you don't
when
have
your
anything.
lives are not
Right.
intertwined and you don't have that history.
Yeah.
I always am very reluctant to tell people to just quit. That doesn't mean it's not the right thing. I'm just saying I don't have enough information to say that.
Oh, and,
Okay.
and if it's
agree with that.
over, if you're, it's never going to be the same.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be very reluctant to share anything else with you. Because the worst thing is feeding ammunition to the person that's going to hurt you. If I open up and you use this shit against me, whoo!
Yeah,
I don't know how to get back from that. I don't.
You don't?
I don't know how to.
I don't know. Maybe this isn't my lived experience, but I've definitely had people who did some stuff that was very, very hurtful. And, you know, after we work through that and years go by, you build up that trust. Like, that's just, you know, a down point in your long, long story. I think if you can't be with somebody and be with them for 10, 12 years and not have a singular or second moment like that where you think, damn, that shit, I didn't know we was going to come back from that.
I'm telling you, maybe I haven't been through that. Maybe that's something I gotta live and I gotta know for. But the me opening up, you use that shit again.
Wait, you've never even with family or siblings?
They use shit against me? These people are dead to me.
Really?
Oh, these people are dead to me. You use shit against me? My God.
No, I feel like that's just the nature of family. Families are always going to say something that they know is the most hurtful thing at one point or another. I just feel like that's standard.
And you know, that's probably my toxic trait. If I ain't got nothing smart, if I ain't got nothing nice to say, I'm gonna say something smart and devastating. And then dead. You're dead. It's over.
Okay, so your parents, your siblings.
I'm on the preach side of things. Maybe it's just because I'm a lot more callous and jaded through life of all of my experience of betrayal of business partners and all these things. But I'm on the preach side of this conversation for sure. You betray me, you're done. You're just done.
Never said nothing.
My sibling never. You
Parents never said nothing.
Yeah.
That you went.
Yeah, absolutely.
And did y'all not
they
come
got
back?
checked for it. I didn't.
I'm not saying, but didn't y'all come back? I agree that
We never came back the same. And that's what and that's what I said. And it was the nature of what was said, which you know what I mean?
Okay.
Of course, I'm the man of degrees, and I ain't talking about school. I'm talking about
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's degrees to this shit, but there is definitely gonna be a dent. There was times when my parents used shit against me, and I look at them like, hey, I will never tell you shit ever. A couple of months back, my mom told me, why don't you tell me any other things? I'm like, I don't do anything because you lost that privilege a long ass time ago.
Okay.
That's you. You use shit against people.
So once someone loses a privilege for you, they can never get it back.
No, that's not what I'm saying. But for that,
Okay.
I'm not going to try to change you, so I'm going to change me. Because I know you're going to go back to that. That's you. You owe.
He's 100% correct. We can't change them. We can change ourselves to defend ourselves. And that's what men have been doing. That's why the whole MGTOW is a thing, is men defending themselves.
You can't change.
You think old people can't change?
No, I think they can't change. You're going to do it again.
Fair.
You're going to do it. In order for me to keep on loving you, you're not going to change. I'm going to change. You're not going to know shit. How am I going to be able to make this work? Okay? Without having to constantly hate you for the shit that you do.
Correct.
Because I know I'm a little crash out. And when... I know I'm a little crash out. So when shit like that... It's okay. The faces are warranted. He knows. And when I try to stay calm, it's not because I'm afraid of what I'm gonna say or do, and I want to go there. So I'll change.
I don't have preacher's parents. You know, I've seen my parents change, and so I think, you know, even as they gotten older, I don't share that same sentiment. I believe people can change, but I think I do agree with him that you may never go back, but you can go to something different, and that's okay too. You know, everyone has their own lines. There's no right answer to this. I can't tell somebody else what is acceptable, what's not within the context.
This is 100% correct, right? Even as much as the advice that our the manosphere red pill gives, not everything is nuanced enough for your own little experience that you're having yourself, right? Sometimes, well, our advice, it's spot on, but sometimes we don't have the little nuances to know what your relationship is like. So it's not like we can, you know, give you the greatest advice for every single person. This is why we just generalize and give the best we can for the most people.
Confines of a marriage and what they should tolerate. For some people, infidelity is okay, and then I might say not for me. So, you know, everyone's going to have a different line. I don't think this is an unreasonable one to say this is grounds for a divorce. I struggle with that personally, but, you know, again, it's a hard call. So I would never fault someone necessarily, but I think this story is made exponentially worse by the fact that this person is everything to him. I think that's probably one of the core details of this.
Yeah.
I think if you got a group of friends and you share it regularly, you probably don't place that burden on them. You probably have a bunch of people who reinforce your self-esteem in regards to the things that you love and you're passionate about because they share the same passion for you and they respect your opinion on it. To me, if I could say anything to anybody watching, if you love these hobbies of yours and whatever it is, find people who are like-minded. It'll mean a lot to you. It'll be better for your relationship, and it'll be better for you. You need to protect yourself. You need to make sure that your sense of self-esteem and your sense of acceptance doesn't just come from your partner. That brought it back to me. So you take the W. I'll give you that one. All right.
Nah, W, whatever, but that's, my God.
All right, let us know what y'all think in the comments.
There was just too many major red flags in what she said to him. You know, the pure resentment, the wanting him to be something he's not. Like, right? As much as she wants him to love his hobby and all these things, she also wants him to keep doing stuff. She wants him to be a workaholic, really, right? Because she doesn't like hobbies. Women don't really like our hobbies, doesn't matter what it is, because it takes away from them. It takes away from the family. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that, and I'll catch you guys next time.